Hello, you. It's me, and welcome once again to my Table of Wonder, where I just love to throw up little fun things that I like to collect. Anyway, Happy New Year to everybody. I hope everybody's having a good one so far. My year so far has been really positive. Now, has all my troubles been solved? No. But a lot of things happen, like I got a little raise at work, which is awesome. So now I'm making a little bit more money and I feel a lot more positive about the potentials of money that I'm making to support myself. That's a really nice thing. That takes so many loads off my shoulders. You don't even know, or maybe you do. It just makes me feel good. I've had some positive stuff happen to me already this year, and that being one of the number ones, and I'm so happy about that. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about was Amberlynn Reid. Lately, a lot of her content is just so boring that I don't even want to watch. But she did do her whole New Year, New Me video that she has done many times before. I think it was Fupa Tales who did a video on her saying the same thing for like 10 years about losing weight. And she just unfortunately gains weight. Well, it's really because she doesn't stick to anything. It really is. And this is a person who's lost over 50 pounds. I've done it, well, I did the 50 pounds in about 2 years. This is my third year. And not only have I been keeping it off, I'm still steadily losing. Now, I'm not losing quickly. And that could be just because of my age. I have, a few things working against me because of that. But the thing is that I watch what I eat. I try very hard to watch my portions, and it has paid off. Now, did it take a long time for me to lose that 50 plus pounds? Sure. But like I said, for the past year, I've maintained it as well. And that is due to my eating habits as well as my working out. Now, I don't go to a gym, can't afford one. And quite honestly, I don't think my body could take it. So what I do instead is take walks. And I don't always take long walks. Sometimes I'll take a mile walk. That's rare. Usually I walk about a quarter mile to half a mile. And I'll do that maybe once, maybe twice a day. It's not a lot, but it's enough to keep me moving. And it's enough to help me to maintain my weight and to continue to lose. I also, silly as it sounds, I love to do little dance parties at home with my 2 cats. I am such a cat lady. But who cares? It's who I am, and I don't mind. I like who I am. But I have a little dance party at home. I have some changing lights. I put on some great music on headphones so that I don't bother my neighbors, and have a nice little dance off for half an hour to an hour. Sometimes an hour and a half. Sometimes I'm just really ready to dance. And the thing is what was his name? Richard Simmons. I used to love Richard Simmons, and I have a lot of his Dancing to the Oldies and stuff like that. The one thing he always said, and the way that he lost his weight and kept it off, was always move. Doesn't matter how you move, really. It doesn't matter how fast or how slow you move. Just move. Just take a walk. Just do a little dance step. Just do something. Get up and move. And I've taken that to heart. And I think it has helped, not only in my weight loss, but I don't have the best circulation in my feet. Sometimes my feet ache. But since I've been doing more walking, more moving around in the past year or so, it's helped considerably. I don't have as much pain at all. And I mean, nothing's perfect. I still get some once in a while, but just moving around, moving my feet, doing a couple dance steps, just walking up to go to the kitchen, whatever it is, it helps. It makes it feel a little bit better, which tells me, oh, I just need to stretch out a little more. I need to walk a little more. I just need to move a little bit more, and it'll make me feel better. And it really does. As far as diet, my diet has changed tremendously in the past couple months because I had a really severe acid reflux problem. And I know people don't think, or a lot of people don't think that that's a big deal. But for me, it was to the point where my throat was, it felt like it was closing. I was choking. And it got to the point where I couldn't even eat or drink hardly because it was so bad. It is not bad now. In fact, it's quite normalized now to the point where, yeah, I have some gas. We all do. But it's nothing like it was, and I'm functioning much more normally. I even have a normal appetite now. But what I did was I changed my eating habits tremendously. And what I learned from that experience, although incredibly uncomfortable, what I learned is how little food we need to sustain ourselves. Now, I don't believe in starving yourself, none of that kind of thing. But I did learn that the portion sizing, and this is really important, because the portion sizes that I would sometimes eat were enough for 2 people. And I don't need that much food. And I would always feel a little overfull. You don't need to feel that way. You need just enough food to where you feel comfortable, where you don't feel hungry anymore. And feeling that was very hard for me because I don't know that I have felt, I just eat, not really thinking about if I'm hungry or not. It's like, oh, 12 o'clock, time for lunch. Oh, 6 o'clock, time for dinner. And I was always on that kind of a schedule. Well, I realized that if I just not eat, just wait until I'm actually hungry, and then I eat just enough food to satisfy that hunger, I don't eat nearly as much. And when there was that period where I just really couldn't eat hardly anything at all, like a bite of food, even broth was hard. Yeah, it taught me a lot about eating and my relationship with food. And now my portions are a lot smaller, but I do eat more often. This is something I've actually done for the past year, but even more so the past couple months, is smaller portion sizes. And it's okay to eat every 2 or 3 hours. But the snack that I would have would be maybe a fruit cup, or maybe a fruit like a banana or a pear. And then another 2 or 3 hours would pass, and maybe I'd have a couple crackers with some cheese on it or something like that. But very small. And then the meals, again, very small. And man, that's helped a lot. It's helped so much. And the thing is have I been tempted to maybe get something else or try something else? There had been times, yes. In the past couple months, no. Because I was having such an issue. I was just happy to be able to eat anything. I appreciated my food, and I tasted my food more. I paid attention to what I was eating. And I don't get those cravings for all the sugary treats and things that I used to have so regularly. I do still have cookies now and again. But I literally have like 2 cookies after a meal, and that's it. I don't gorge on the whole pack. And again, I think that's a big part of it. I've cut sugar almost completely out of my diet, except for the cookies as a little treat. I only drink water or tea. Tea is decaffeinated. Those are the only things that I drink, and it's 90% water right now, more than anything else. And it sounds like a really bland diet, and it is. It was bland on purpose because I needed to help to settle my stomach and regain some control over that acid reflux. But it's really taught me a lot about just eating. And I think that's something that Amber doesn't understand. She's always talking about counting calories or how she's going to do this or how she's going to do that. But when does she ever do it? I changed my eating completely, deliberately, because I was suffering. I was sick. And now I'm very cautious, very careful about what I eat. And I, again, almost completely no sugar and just water. And it's helped tremendously. Now, will I go back? I haven't had sodas in a very long time, so sodas is not on the table. But will I go back to maybe having a juice or something? Yeah, maybe. But I'm not craving it. I'm not wanting it. I actually feel really good now. I feel really good, much healthier, much happier, and just a little bit leaner. And it's worth it to me, even if I just eat bland for the rest of my life. It's worth it to me to know that I'm healthy and that I can move around. I move around so much better. I feel so much better. And I still have weight to lose. Don't get me wrong. At least another 30, 40 pounds for me to really feel that I am where I should be. Because I too, I'm a small person. I'm 5'1", so every pound is greatly exaggerated because I'm smaller. And Amber, I think, is like 5'3", so she also has that. I really wish there was something I could do to convince her, but the thing that convinced me was my health. I really wanted to get healthy. Having to struggle to breathe wasn't, having to struggle to eat or drink anything. It was awful. And changing that diet around just that little bit more has helped so much that I don't want to ever go back. And I don't understand how this is such a simple health issue compared to some of the things she's had. I mean, she's had cancer. That wasn't enough to change your eating habits. That wasn't enough to, I mean, I was eating because I wanted to keep myself healthy, feel comfortable, feel happy, feel normal. You know, I don't want to be dramatic and say save my life, because I don't know if it could get that bad or not. It felt like it could. It felt like it could. But I'm still alive, you know. But even just that little scare was enough for me to say, okay, I changed my eating habits. I'm going to change them even more. And I don't mind because I feel so much better. And I don't understand how she hasn't gotten to that point. She's had a multitude of health issues. And I mean, she talks about, what is that? I forget what it is, but it's where her leg gets red and kind of swollen, and then she gets sick and starts to vomit and all that. She talks about that like it's nothing, like it's a cold. It's like, no, that's serious. You could actually die from that. But cellulitis, I think that's it, cellulitis. Anyway, she had that at least 2, maybe 3 times last year, and yet she's never sick. Well, maybe she wouldn't get that if she got healthier. I don't know. I don't know how cellulitis works. But she seems to have a lot of health issues that she may not always talk about. And losing that weight, I don't understand how it's not important for her. Because me going through a little health scare, it's like I said, at the time it seemed huge. It was horrifying. But going through that, changing my diet just a little bit more, tweaking it, eating less, and realizing you don't need as much as I've been eating. I don't need that much. It really opened my eyes. And I wish that her eyes would be open too. But I don't know if cancer didn't open her eyes and help her to want to be healthy, then I don't know what will. I don't know what will. But I know this is what I've done. And it's changed my life for the better. It really has. The past couple months have been amazing. And I don't plan on stopping this anytime soon. Um, I hope that she starts to eat healthier. I hope she stops having all these cheat weekends, which seems to be her thing. Oh, eat great for the week, so on the weekends I can cheat. Don't have any cheat days. None. If you're going to have a cheat day, do it after a month. After a month of continuing on these good habits, then maybe have a little side of fries or something. But she just takes it way over the top and ruins all the progress that she has, so that she starts from square one all over again. You don't have to do that. But in order to not do that, it means you have to commit. I committed to wanting to feel better, feel healthier, be healthier, and it has paid off. Again, the weight loss has been slow, but it's been there. And it continues. It hasn't stopped. And I went from, I think around well, I know the highest that I remember was like 211, 215. And now I weigh 161. And it's been at that weight for a while. But like I said, it took me 2 years to get down there. And a year to maintain. I was at 165, now I'm at 161. So it's been going down steadily. It hasn't gone up at all. And it's taken me a while to do it, but I've done it. And it's because of consistency. If she would just do consistency, I think it would be a world of good for her. I can't imagine how painful it is to walk around in her body as it stands. And that's not a slight against her at all. But I know at 211, 215, wherever I was, I might have been even more than that, I don't know. That's just the highest I recall when I actually did weigh myself. I was miserable. I felt awful. Finding clothes to fit was awful. And it just didn't feel good. It really didn't. But making that commitment to myself, to help myself, has helped tremendously, and it continues. And yes, baby, that's my kitty, saying hello. Anyway, I know I'm rambling on, but I really hope for her that she will don't focus on anything but healthy foods and smaller portions. Don't worry about calories. Don't worry about all that junk. Just eat healthy foods, smaller portions. Maybe do as I did, eating little snacks and things during the day just to keep you going. Maybe that would help. And then weigh yourself in a month. You know, don't weigh yourself every day. If I weighed myself every day, I think I would just find that frustrating. I wouldn't like it. I weigh myself maybe once every couple months because I don't want to focus on the weight. I want to focus on the health. And God, I wish she would do that. I really do. She makes me so angry, and the way she acts is just awful. The way she treats people is just awful. I don't think she's a good person most of the time. But in this one area where she really could help herself, I hope she does. And I don't know that she will, but just consistency of eating well, eating to feed your body, not your taste buds. I think she would do so much better. And I hope the best for her this new year, because I feel like this new year is going to be pretty good. I have some good vibes going with it. So cross our fingers, let's hope. Anyway, that's all I got to say.